I'm here.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you all for
Okay.
coming tonight. And just for anybody in the audience tonight that's joining for the meeting, it's a public meeting, but tonight this is a working meeting of the commission. So it was advertised as such, and we won't be opening up for comments, or there's no speaker slips. This is just the commissioners who will be working through some of the wording of our policies. So just wanted to put that out there. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to communicate that to me later. But at this point, it is a public meeting, and in that respect, it is open and transparent. So with that, Jean, can you do a quick roll call?
Okay, attendance roll call, please answer yes. Gonna call your name. Commissioner Chamberlain?
Here, yes.
Commissioner Monahan?
Yes.
Commissioner Dotley?
Here.
Commissioner Marshall?
Yes.
And yours truly, Commissioner Tyree, yes. And Commissioner Holmes?
Yes.
Thank you.
You didn't call me.
Oh, Susan, there you go. We have to right under it. Okay. And Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We don't have an agenda for tonight because this is just an informal work session. So I would like to just go straight into a copy. Commissioners should have received a copy of the communication policy and the conduct guidelines to review before the meeting. I don't know how much time that you had to look over these. We were waiting until we sent these to the city attorney's office and they approved them, and we're waiting for them to return them before we distributed them. So that is kind of where we're at with this. We're going to probably just, we've done this a couple of times in the past in regards to bylaws or other things that we wanted to move forward with as a commission. So I wanted to start with the communication policy, since that's the shortest one of the two. And what we'll do is, as we did before with any of the bylaws, we'll go through this line by line. And if any of the commissioners have any input, suggestions at this point, we will take it, hear it, talk about it, and then after we're through, we'll go ahead and vote on it tonight. So does everybody have before them the communication policy?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read it as well, if that's okay. So as it begins, Far East Area Commission Communications Policy. Listening to and talking with communities is a fundamental part of our work as a commission. It is essential to ensure accountability. Towards that end, the commission must provide reliable information through a centralized process involving specific media and social media platforms. The intent of this commission's communications policy is not to limit the ability to share information, rather to make sure that information from the commission is accurate and trustworthy to allow the commissioner's work to shine. As outlined below, the commission communications policy will encourage engagement, provide details about the roles of commission and committee members, and allow the community to have confidence in relying upon shared information. Anybody have any problem with that? Suggestions?
Excellent.
Looks good. Looks very good.
Okay.
That's right.
And just a brief note, so a few other commissions are doing the same thing and been sharing communication policies and conduct guidelines that we've all been considering and looking at adopting per each commission, as well as looking back at suggestions from 3109 in the city code as well. So just wanted to share that. Okay, so onward. Communication and outreach. Number 1, the Far East Area Commission business and updates will be centralized using only the following social media platforms. A is, Summer, I don't know how to read this, like HTTPS.
Nah, just say Far East,
fareastac.org,
yep, right.
our
Okay.
website.
Okay, thank you. fareastac.org. And then B is facebook.com / Far East Area Commission, Columbus, Ohio. C is Columbus or cbusareacommissions.org / Far East, and that's the one that the city has set up for us. And then 2, commissioners, committee members are encouraged to share commission business, posts, resources, and events. This information should be shared as followed. A, share the link from and refer community members back to the Far East Area Commission website at fareastac.org or Facebook page, facebook.com / Far East Area Commission, Columbus, Ohio, and or any subpages of and may include an introductory statement. Any questions?
I still have questions because I don't understand all this. When I receive an email that may be from Lynn or it may be from somebody else from the city that has Far East logo on it. And for instance, today the one was about the Columbus Metropolitan Library about giving free coats and books to some of the children. I usually just copy that and send that to my block watch. Is that appropriate? Do I have to do anything else?
Nope, you just, as long as it's shared in its entirety as it is, copy paste, yes,
Yes, because it has the logo at the top.
yes.
Okay. Then
Or
that,
any reference to the Far East Area Commission.
Yeah.
Not just the logo, but if there's reference to the Far East Area Commission, then it cannot be shared unless it's shared in its entirety.
could
Correct?
you give me an example?
What
So-
you just said.
What we're gonna do is at our next meeting, we're gonna show everyone how to share a Facebook post or the website. As long as the information is sent out, please share, and it's included in its entirety.
Okay.
Everyone's supposed to direct their communities back to the website and back to the Facebook post. If you're sharing something from the website, then it has to be shared accurately in its entirety. And if it's being shared from the Facebook page, then it has to be shared. The whole post has to be shared. And basically what happens is it directs people back to the original source of the information. So Jennifer, what my recommendation would be is before something goes out in an email, because it says in here that we have to use either the website or the Facebook page, that the information be uploaded to the website or Facebook page first, and then that link shared with everyone through the email, because that will cut down on that confusion.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So I would like when Lynn gives me the information or when the city gives me information in an email, post it first to our Facebook page and then
Share that link with everyone to
share
share.
the link with everybody. Okay.
Okay,
If I may
That ma-
offer an example also, I am linked, well, I'm in contact by email with different community sources. One is Buckeye Health, and they send me information. And a lot of times it might work for our newsletter for the coalition. And I'll send that to Jennifer, but that has nothing to do with the Far East Area Commission. There was just like one example that I want to share.
So
Okay.
yes, if something comes in an email, but it might be sent to all commissioners, but it's not necessarily area commission business, that can be shared. If it has specifically to do with area commission business, then it has to be, it has to come directly from the website or from the Facebook page. And the information has to be shared in its entirety, like no paraphrasing or editing.
Okay, that's the same thing in reference to what Jean and Susan's talking about. If I receive an email and I want to send it out to my area community leaders, I just forward and submit. I don't add or take away from it. But if it's too big, then I have to cut it into two or whichever and then send it out. But I have to send it out in its entirety. Is that what we're saying?
Well, and if it's too big, then that's where the website and the Facebook page come in handy, because you can say, hey, please visit this link for the information on this event or this policy or this zoning, whatever it might be. You can say, you can find that information in its entirety at this link. But in doing it that way, it's not changing any of the information. It's just telling them that that's where you find this information. If it's too
I
big.
would venture to say that very little information that is actual commission business is actually sent via email.
Right.
It's mostly outside sources that are wishing for us just to get information out.
Mhm.
Right.
Whether it's the Columbus Public Library or Ohio Health or
And that's completely different and entirely separate from area commission business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Yep.
makes sense.
There are people such as Officer Poole who will send out an email and he'll say, share this with your group.
Yes. And that's not official area commission business, so that does not apply.
and that's
To
the
this
same thing
policy.
with stuff that Lynn sends out as well.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
So
Lynn
this-
sent something out. Isn't it official
it
commission
may not
business?
it may not be about the area commission though.
Exactly right.
It's Lynn sends out stuff from all across the city.
She's the
It-
queen of the city. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, if Jennifer is going to send something to Lynn that needs to go out that is area commission business, then it's going to be done in this format.
okay, sounds good.
Does that make
I
sense?
think I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd been good to have the attorney on to better assist us too when it come down to legal questions.
Yeah,
Would've been good to have.
he was going to be here tonight, but he had an HOA meeting and he, those tend to get long, so he did not think he would be able to make it in time. He thought our meeting would be well over, but he said he'll check in just to see if we're still here when he's done with his meeting.
Thank you, Jen.
He didn't think we'd have any problems. Okay, anything else? And if you have a question, just like, if you question something, just ask either Summer or myself, and she's the more definite IT person. So as far as like links and stuff like that, I'll defer to her on that stuff, so.
So
Okay.
basically, if
so-
we have like committee, such as Darren and I are supposed to be the zoning committee, okay? So we can't put anything out to anyone unless it goes specifically through the chair, which we don't do that anyway.
No,
Right, everything has to go, yeah, I have to be included on all communication.
So we can't say, gee, we're looking at this, whatever else, we're gonna, we can't do that,
No.
which we have not.
and wouldn't.
Okay, any other questions?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Okay. And moving on to B, share the Far East Area Commission website at fareastac.org or Facebook page, facebook.com/Far East Area Commission, Columbus, Ohio, allowing users to find relevant information. So basically, we made it really pretty simple, very easy to understand. So if you want to share, if you want to repost a post, you can do that with a brief introduction at the beginning of it. With that, you have to include the link to either our Facebook page or our website. So that's one way to do it. The second way to do it is just to share our website and Facebook page and say, go to our webpage for information. But in either case, what we want to accomplish is that traffic comes to the original source of the communication.
This is going to make sure that any questions are directed back at the source. Any community interaction, it's going to, get people involved in the area commission. And it just allows for them to submit questions through the website or through the Facebook page. But everything all comes back to a central source. And that's what Attorney Tobias was recommending.
Okay, I have not come across anything that tells me that it in its entirety in writing here. Am I not reading that in here?
What do you mean?
Someone point that out to me. I know we've mentioned it on multiple occasions, but I know on a legality format, when you talk about somebody, you say, oh, you're at fault. And then you say, well, according to the policy, and it's not spelled out in its entirety in the policy, then we find ourselves hopping on one foot, trying to get somewhere, and it's not going to work. And I think we need to inject that in there because that will better support us when it comes down to someone, or we need to say, hey, you can't do that because our policy states this. Am I making sense? Am I not saying something? I got something on my forehead or something.
Well, what I understand is that all this has been approved by the city attorney, and that right there leaves no error for anyone to misinterpret.
Well, again, where's it in writing? I mean, if I put on this law enforcement hat that I wore for 30 years, and if I had to go to court, the judge's first thing they're going to say to me, where's your grounds? Where's your
And we
proof?
refer
Where's
them
your
to the
evidence?
communication policy.
Right,
Okay.
and so it's not, you're not copying and pasting a portion of something, Keith. You are directly copying the exact link to that post. So there's no other way to do it other than to share that link of the post from our webpage or our Facebook page, or to direct people directly to our Facebook or webpage. So the only way that there's no way to have misinformation or something not shared in its entirety, because they have to share the link to that particular post.
I'm tracking with you, but for legality,
Does that make sense?
it does. I am with you, tracking with you like a train. I'm maybe one of the trains and on the train track with you. I'm just saying and I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong, legalities, whatever.
Legality.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for. We have to ensure that we have the black and white. That is the biggest thing I have always found myself into when I've gone to court. If I don't have it, they're getting away, you know,
So-
and if I ever was caught arresting somebody, and I've gone to court several times for arresting people, if my duck paperwork is not straight, they're gone. They're walking away. So
So looking at this, is there something specific that you're narrowing in on and recommending that it be reworded or changed, or?
just the word entirety has to be added in here. If we're gonna have it where that
Right,
if someone's gonna utilize our correspondence, and we want to ensure that they do it, and we don't want to make sure that they don't cut and paste a certain point, because again, like Susan and myself, we send information out on a regular
Okay.
basis that helps our communities. Now, if I don't do it in entirety, excuse me, it's not legal from what it says here in this policy. But if that gets me in trouble, but if it's in there, then I'm okay. I have to ensure that I make sure that my neighbor or the lady who sends out the information to our development understands that, hey, please send the entire thing. Don't just send 90% of it out, because she will cut and paste, because you know.
Okay,
Yes.
how about, my suggestion would be under communication outreach, number 2,
Mhm.
it would read, commissioners, committee members are encouraged to share commission business, posts, resources, and events in its entirety. This
Bam, that
information
covers it.
should be shared as followed.
Let me make one suggestion then. I just saw it. Commission members, committee, excuse me. Number 2, commissioners, committee members shall. You're not encouraging them, you're telling them they have to. So
Right.
it should be shall.
And shall is one of those words that says that it's legal, that you
have
must
to.
do it.
Yeah, we're
Right.
hanging by
Okay.
your toenails or something. Right, exactly.
Replace shall with will.
Will is condition.
Yeah, you gotta have
There's
shall
no
in it.
condition with shall. Shall say you must follow this.
Okay, so we want it to read, commissioners/committee members shall share commission business, and instead of are encouraged.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me I'm encouraged, you never know.
Right.
You never know the mindsets. So we have to
Right,
be,
I agree.
we gotta,
Yep, okay.
here
That's
it
a good
is.
point. That's a very good
So,
point.
so then
Do
it will
we need-
read. Sorry, so then it will read commissioners/committee members shall share commission business, posts, resources, and events in its entirety. And this information should be, or shall be shared as follows.
Mhm.
Okay, much more complete.
And that also breaks it down where you have to go to do it too. So we're covering our tracks and anyone else's tracks. Because if someone misrepresents us by any means, and hey, we got it legally, says you shall do it this way, and we can,
You
we're
messed
covered
up.
legally wise. We don't find ourselves in a situation where that we're in trouble with the city because we didn't tell somebody to do something. We say, hey, our policy says you have to, so we're clear. So yeah.
Okay,
Good point. Good point.
okay.
Ooh, that's a lot. I'm done, y'all.
No, that's really, that's really important. The only other question I've got, which I didn't think about till Keith started talking, is should there be a phrase that says any interpretation shall be directed, or any questions concerning interpretation should be directed to the chair?
I like that.
Or the attorney. Yeah, either one and or.
It would be at the discretion of the chair to refer to the attorney.
Yes.
I think it has
we
to be
would
shared
want-
with the chairperson, and that's her responsibility to go ahead and share with an attorney.
That is
Yes.
correct. I agree with Daryl. We don't need to put the attorney phrase in our policy.
So we want to
Okay, so
add,
what was,
Hold on.
What about you, Larry? We're just directing to you.
Pardon?
How's that? We're
What was
directing
that?
to you. We're directing to you, Larry. You can handle it.
Yeah.
so then what we would actually want to do is we want to change number 3 to a 4. And then in number 3, say, any interpretations.
Let me give you what I've got. Any
Okay,
question concerning interpretation shall be directed to the FEAC chair.
And where are we putting that?
That will be.
And somebody said that'll be 3, and then where it says violation would be number 4.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Can
So
you
that-
read that again, Daryl, for
Right.
me?
Any questions concerning interpretation?
Wait a minute, concerning.
And let me add another phrase, of posted documents.
Is it interpretation of posted documents?
Yes,
Okay.
shall be directed to the FEAC chair.
I'd like to spell it out, Far East Area Commission Chair.
Sure.
Yeah.
And can I add in there prior to any information being shared? Just to specify that if somebody has a question, to ask the chair first.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh,
Or-
please do.
Well, I think if anybody that's within our committee or members, it should be a discussion saying, hey, what are your thoughts? Because if I have any thing that I want to post or share, I want to make sure that I bring it to the chair's, her attention before I do it, because again, she's held more accountable than I. I mean, I understand I might have a certain level of accountability, but I would also want to run up the flagpole to her, because like I've told her before, I'm glad she's the boss.
Amen.
And while I know it should be implied and it should be an automatic, that's another one of those things where I feel like we need to put it into words.
If it's not there, it doesn't exist.
Okay, wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Okay, so can I go back? Any questions concerning interpretation of posted documents shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission Chair?
Mhm.
Correct. Prior to sharing any business posts, resources, and events. Do we want to include that, or?
Why would you say prior to publication?
Yeah, because that'll be the only word of publication in the
They could be
in the
verbally
policy. That's
sharing
something
it.
new that we're bringing in.
Yeah, I really think the phrase we're trying to put on the end is redundant to what we're saying anyway. If they have questions, they have to come to us first.
Oh, okay, so, okay, here's what we say then. Any questions concerning interpretation of posted documents shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission Chair prior to sharing that document.
Prior to sharing an interpretation of the document.
They shouldn't be interpreting our documents, though.
No.
Okay, that's redundant too then. Okay,
So
Oh,
this
okay,
is,
so prior to sharing the document in question.
okay, good. That works.
is this geared to public rather than to committee members?
This is to everybody.
It's for commission members and committee members. It's for anyone who represents the commission in any capacity.
Yeah.
Right,
That's the only people we have jurisdiction over.
right. So that's the only people that applies to are us and committee members.
Yep.
I mean,
So
that
it's-
last part, I'm sorry, go ahead, Susan.
Yeah,
So it'll be important for committee members to understand the policy.
And also for new commissioners to understand the policies.
Right, right.
Yeah. Now, that last statement you mentioned, Summer, there was too much in there. We need to cut some of that out. It's got to be, it's got to be.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me read it and then tell
Okay.
me what you think we could shorten. Any questions concerning interpretation of posted document shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission Chair prior to sharing the document in question.
How about to the chair,
Prior to
period?
Publication.
How
Yeah.
about this to the chair, period? And throw the
Yeah,
rest of the stuff
yeah.
out.
Yeah. This chair, period.
Yes, yeah,
That's to the
My
point.
suggestion, if please hear my suggestion would be any questions concerning interpretation of posted documents shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission Chair prior to sharing. period.
When you put prior to sharing, what is prior to sharing? I mean,
Right,
what is
that's
that?
confusing.
Okay.
That's confusing.
Prior
So
to
if you put
distributing,
it doesn't matter. If you put the chair and then period, that means anything.
Right.
Right,
So that's just to the point. You're telling them right there, no, you can't unless it goes through you. If you start adding around the robin and
You're gonna be
the
in
bush
trouble.
and all, you making the confusion, which I start thinking about it prior to. As a friend of mine's son says, how can I get around this, me telling you what to do? He always looks for a loophole when his mama says to do something. So it's like, your mama said. So now you're saying, Sheriff, how can I find a loophole? Period. It's it.
Period. I agree.
right, I agree.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what, so what,
With any
what,
question concerning interpretation of documents, posted documents shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission there, period.
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 okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Then I had to be a law officer no more. I thought I was retired.
Hey,
great, let me read it, let me read it so it's official.
Yeah, I will
If
tell
it's
you what
okay with you
Presbyterians
guys.
always say. We do things decently and in order, or we don't do them. And you
Absolutely.
can't go anywhere with that, by the way.
Great, so number 3 will read, any questions concerning interpretation of posted documents shall be directed to the Far East Area Commission Chair,
Period.
period. Okay. Number 4, we're good. This was the short one of the two. Okay, 4, violations. A violation on any part of the Far East Area Commission communications policy by a commissioner, first time occurrence results in a warning. Second occurrence may result in removal. A motion is required for the removal of a commissioner from their commission seat. Grievances will be heard at the next Far Area Commission meeting, and a 3/4 commission vote is required for the removal from a commission seat.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Wait a minute, just a moment, because I'm looking at this, a violation of any part of the Far East Area Commission communication policy by a commissioner. First, there shouldn't be something in between commissioner and first. A violation, okay, by a commissioner will
Period.
for the first
Put a period.
for
Put
the
a
first
period.
occurrence should be for the first occurrence will result in a warning.
semicolon.
Yeah.
Then semicolon second, because we need a complete sentence there with that.
No, you can take first time, second as a listing. So you could put a semicolon, or actually a comma does the trick.
A comma or a colon, okay, a comma. And then, okay, you're saying first and second. Okay, I see. Okay, you use another grammatic method of linking that, okay.
I think the violation of any part should be one sentence.
You're right.
But that's not a
commissioner.
this is how the attorney gave it to us.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
Okay,
He's
then,
the
well,
English
then,
teacher.
Because
Okay,
he revised it and gave us this sentence. So
Okay.
that's,
It's
Don't
in the
argue with
attorney
God.
format.
Yeah. it
Okay,
is.
then,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so, well, we know what it means.
okay.
I don't like, I don't like the wording.
It's just
Well,
structured
legally
wrong.
is correct.
Legally, it's correct.
Okay.
Is 3/4 of commission vote gonna work?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, from the number of people that are there and,
Well, you can't have a meeting
We
without a
would need to
quorum.
have, in order to remove a commission member, we would need to have 3/4 of the commission vote them out. So 3/4 or more would need to vote them out. You couldn't have any less
And we
than
cannot
that.
have a meeting unless we
Right.
have a quorum.
If you have 10 members, 3/4 is 7.5 people. So
right,
you have to have 7.5 people, or which would be 8 people there to vote somebody out.
Well, if we have a full commission, it would be 11.
Well, minus
Because
the
we would
person
have-
that we would be voting on.
Oh,
So
that's
if
true.
you have 11 full commission, then you have to have 8 members voting them out. Not a quorum. Quorum would be 50% of that.
Mhm.
Okay, my question was, let me ask it this way. Does it require 3/4 of all commissioners, period? Or 3/4 of commissioners present with a quorum?
Right.
Nope, it would be 3/4 of all commissioners.
Okay, fine. Then you just know it. If you're gonna do that, everybody has to be there.
Yep,
You can't do it. Okay, that's fair.
Grievances.
Or at least you would have 8 of the 11, if you had 11, okay, at the meeting, and they all voted to vote them out. At that point, you will have 3/4 of the commission.
Okay,
So we need to add a word.
no,
Would have to be when all commissioners are present.
If you put the stipulation in there, if you have 11 commissioners, okay, sitting,
Right.
then 3/4 of that would be 8.
Right.
So if 8 of the commissioners are there, and if all 8 vote the person out, then you have met that 3/4 of the commissioners.
Yeah, but if you do, a grievance in front of 8 and all 8 of them don't agree, then you don't have a 3/4.
Right.
Correct.
That's what I'm concerned about.
yeah, don't put a number in because you might increase the number of commission members. Then
Now,
you gotta go back and redo this
I would
document.
use it as an example. So what you're doing is going 3/4 of the commissioners.
That's a 3/4 of the commission vote. That doesn't mean that that's 3/4 of the commission that's voting. It means that it's 3/4 of those who are voting. Does that
What
make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
basically, again, if you have 11 commissioners, if you take 3/4 of that, that's approximately 8.
Right. He did not, when he wrote this, he didn't say anything about full commission. He says a 3/4 commission vote. And the only way a commission can vote is if they have a quorum. So a quorum is assumed.
correct,
So all you need is a quorum.
correct.
So,
Darrell, you have a very good point.
So I
Yeah, but
think
if
the
you-
big question is do we want it to be 3/4 vote of quorum or 3/4
Right.
vote of entire commission?
It doesn't say entire commission, it says 3/4 commission.
No, but that's where I'm saying for us, do we want it to read 3/4 vote of quorum or 3/4 vote of entire commission?
If
And
you
our
have,
quorum, what? Our quorum is what, 8?
Our quorum
The
depends
quorum
upon how many
depends upon the
commissioners
number
we
of
have.
votes.
if you have 5 there and that equals a quorum, and if, 75% of that 5 vote, you got a problem.
Right, I don't understand, yeah.
All right, then
Maybe
Is that
we're
that point-
trying to
Any other
make too much
way,
out of this.
then you're gonna have to have a full commission.
I think
think
we're
that the-
focusing too much on that 3/4.
Thank you. We're trying to make too much out of this.
Yeah.
agree.
We're starting to nitpick now.
So taking like the 3/4, like just out of our minds for a moment, not out of the document, but out of our minds, do we want the votes for a grievance to be of a quorum or of the entire commission? As in every commissioner must be present in order to vote on a grievance.
That's what I would say.
And I'll
But
fix
if
this.
it's not, but if in the past, how the city attorney's office has went on documents is that if they're not fully specified, because almost all commissions have all the same wording on all of their documents. I mean, all of ours are all pretty darn similar because when a new commission started, it copied the other commission's
Sure.
bylaws, right? And there's been little changes, fluxes over the years, but they're all pretty much the same. And how the city attorney's office states is that, and commissions can't foresee everything in the future that they're going to have to deal with and put it into bylaws ahead of time when they create them. So the city attorney's office says, if it's not specified in your documents, how you first proceed, every proceeding after that follows suit or should follow suit if at all possible. So however, if we do not specify it in here at the time when it occurs, if that is how we
if
feel,
it occurs.
if I said if, that's what I said, right?
You said when.
You
Yep.
said if,
Oh, I don't know what I said, but
well,
if it occurs, then at that time, whatever it is that we say, okay, as chair, I want to have a full commission at this, I want all commissioners at this grievance session. We will not have a grievance session without having all commissioners there.
then if that's the
And
case, then you'll have to, all you have to do is put the word in full and you've got it done.
Yeah.
In the document here,
That's all you have to do. Otherwise, it's a quorum.
It
In all
would
fairness,
be,
it should be all commissioners.
it would read a motion is required for the removal of a commissioner from their commission seat. Grievances will be heard at the next Far East Area Commission meeting, and a 3/4 full commission vote is
Yeah.
required for the removal
Yeah.
of the commission seat.
Bingo.
Yep.
That's okay.
okay, would you, I know I'm probably nitpicking here, would the full come after the A
After
and
the
a
3/4.
full 3/4 commission vote?
I would after the 3/4.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like it after 3/4.
okay. All right, let me read it.
Okay.
Just to make sure we're all in approval. A violation of any part of the Far East Area Commission communications policy by a commissioner, first time occurrence results in a warning. Second occurrence may result in removal. A motion is required for the removal of a commissioner from their commission seat. Grievances will be heard at the next Far East Area Commission meeting, and a 3/4 full commission vote is required for the removal from a commission seat.
Mhm.
Good, okay. B, a violation on any part of the Far East Area Commission's communication policy by a committee member may result in the removal from the Far East Area Commission per the chairperson. So the difference is the first one, commissioners are voted on by commissioners. Chair or committee members are appointed by the chair, so the removal is per the chair.
Mhm.
So that it remains consistent
There.
with our bylaws.
Yep.
Okay,
You know, Jennifer, I know the attorneys must have a good knowledge and working practice of English grammar. But on this one, I have to disagree with the city attorney. There's a comma after committee member. Then there is a verb may. So there's a, if that's, should that comma be removed?
Will result.
well,
Okay then,
that's
okay
up,
then,
that's up to the chair.
okay then, it's okay
Okay.
then.
Now, it's permissive because the chair has to make the decision.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
So are we okay with it?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, C. If removed from the Far East Area Commission for violating the Far East Area Commission communications policy, that individual will not be eligible to run for a seat on the Far East Area Commission or serve on a committee for the Far East Area Commission for a period of 1 year.
Good.
Very good.
And that's it.
I move with additions, we accept it.
I second.
Second,
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so Holmes was first.
Tyree second.
Okay, Tyree second, Holmes first. Okay. We got the short one done.
Okay, do we need to vote on this one?
Yeah, we need
Oh,
to vote.
yes, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We had a motion to approve communications policy with the revisions. We had a motion, which is second. Roll call voting. Those who approve, yes. Those who disapprove, no. Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Monahan,
Yes.
Commissioner Dotley,
Yes,
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes,
and yours truly, Commissioner Tyree, yes. And Commissioner Holmes,
Yes.
communication policy approved.
Okay, motion is approved. Okay. Next one. Far East Area Commission Conduct Guidelines. Okay. So once again, these are something that received from another commission as a starting point. And they came from, I'd like to give reference to Volunteer Now, because it was their guidelines that we used as the template for this. And what was funny was that the city attorney made no revisions whatsoever to this one when it was sent in. So apparently Volunteer Now did a very good job with their
Yeah.
their guidelines, their conduct
Jennifer,
guidelines.
I think we all need to, at least I want to say this, that what we're actually working on is a thing called norms. So
Okay.
all of us know what's normative for the commission, and all of us together agree with this document. All
Okay,
right?
thank you.
And Keith, you don't have to smirk.
I wasn't smirking. I'm trying to scratch my shoulder and I have a bad shoulder. And I can't scratch this side.
Keith does not like the cold weather.
Not at all.
The cold weather does not like Keith. Okay.
Not at all. I am Arthur.
All right, so here we go. Let's dig into this. Starting off, I will respect and uphold the values of the Far East Area Commission as follows and as is outlined in the Far East Area Commission Conduct Guidelines. Bullet, inclusiveness. We recognize that diversity is strength and will seek to involve all people as active participants in their community. Bullet, responsive. We will strengthen the efforts of individuals and groups to meet community needs and make a difference. Bullet, quality. We will strive for excellence in the delivery of our services and activities. Bullet, connected. We will work with others through local and regional cross-sectorial links and partnerships to enhance community well-being. Bullet, accessible. We will provide fair and open access to volunteer opportunities and support. Bullet, forward-looking. We will recognize the need for continual review and improvement. Bullet, impact-focused. We believe that success is measured by outcomes and will seek to deliver results that benefit both individuals and the community. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Good.
No questions.
No questions.
Great. General. Bullet. The bylaws of the Far East Area Commission and the Columbus City Code and abide by conduct guidelines of the organization. Bullet. I will support the mission of the Far East Area Commission, highlighting it and using any skills or knowledge I have to further that mission and seeking the advice of the chair where appropriate. Bullet, I will be an active commissioner committee member, contributing my skills, experience, and knowledge to the Far East Area Commission and seeking to do what additional work I can outside of commission meetings, including sitting on committees. Bullet, I will respect the Far East Area Commission as an organization, its commissioners, committee members, and their individual confidentiality, while never using confidentiality as an excuse not to disclose matters that should be transparent and open. Bullet, I will develop an understanding of how the Far East Area Commission operates, the social, political, and economic environment in which it operates, and the nature and extent of its work. Bullet, I will use the Far East Area Commission resources responsibly. Bullet, I will seek to be accountable for my actions as a commissioner, committee member of the Far East Area Commission. Questions, comments?
Mine just has a PG1 in there.
Oh, that's
That's
where
page
the
one.
page one break is,
Oh,
the
okay.
document.
Okay.
I just have a suggestion which is going to apply to each one of the topics. It has to do with just the cleaning up of the spacing. If we could bring general up a little more, and the first bullet point, bring it up,
Okay,
and that would be applied to all the topics,
okay,
just to make the document look a little more neat.
okay,
I agree.
okay.
But it's-
That's easy.
But some real good work so far, real good work.
Very
Okay.
good work.
Thank you. We're doing good. We're getting through this fast. Okay. Managing interests. Bullet, I will act in the best interest of the Far East Area Commission as a whole, considering what is best for the Far East Area Commission and its present and future partnerships and interests, and avoiding bringing the Far East Area Commission's integrity into question. Bullet, if
Excuse me
personal
a second before it,
Yes.
integrity into question.
into, they had it as two separate words.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it's not into, it's into.
Okay,
Right.
okay, a preposition, a preposition. Okay.
Susan,
I'm okay, Jen.
you're the retired school teacher, is that correct?
I'm okay.
Okay,
Is he a teacher?
Susan,
Yes.
She says yes.
okay. Okay. Bullet, if personal interests conflict with Far East Area Commission duties, one will seek to recuse themselves per Far East Area Commission bylaws and conduct guidelines.
Wonderful.
Any
Wonderful.
questions, comments?
Onward.
Okay, good. Meetings. Bullet, I will attend all appropriate Far East Area Commission meetings or notify the Far East Area Commission Chair 24 hours before the meeting. If I cannot regularly attend meetings, I will consider whether there are other ways I can engage with the Far East Area Commission. Bullet, I will prepare
Excuse me, before
fully.
you go on, Jen, could you explain, help me understand?
Yes,
Okay, the bullet one, right after commission meetings are notified the Far East Area Commission Chair 24 hours before the meeting. I don't quite understand what that applies to. Does it 24 hours before you have the meeting, or 24 hours before I'm going to call you and tell you I will not be able to make the meeting?
it's 24 hours before the meeting.
Before the meeting.
Yes.
With the word prior instead of before help.
Oh, prior to the meeting?
I mean, that's
I'm
an
sure
easy.
that would be fine. We could do that prior to the meeting.
I do have another question.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is an inappropriate Far East Area Commission meeting?
Is it in this bullet?
Well, you say I will attend all
All
appropriate.
appropriate.
I want to know what's inappropriate.
Ah, well said.
In other words, I don't think the word needs to be there.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. So everybody agrees, take that out?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So bullet, I will attend all Far East Area Commission meetings or notify the, oops, hold on.
I will have to apologize to the commission. That flashing red light is on my DVR.
Oh,
That's bright.
I have it covered up with a magazine. And it's still,
wow.
Oh my gosh. That would really annoy me.
took me a while
Like
to
a
figure that out.
suntan. You're like tanning there, aren't you?
Yes, yes, yeah. This is Amsterdam, what can I say?
Hey,
Oh,
I've been there.
I just got that, yeah.
Sorry, I
right.
just got a new computer.
Yeah, we flew to Amsterdam, but my wife wouldn't let me out of the airport, so I don't.
Oh my God.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes, this is
Go
good.
ahead.
Okay. All right, let me read that again. Bullet. I will attend all Far East Area Commission meetings or notify the Far East Area Commission chair 24 hours prior to the meeting. If I cannot regularly attend meetings, I will consider whether there are other ways I can engage with the Far East Area Commission. Cool?
Good.
Bullet. I will prepare fully for all meetings. This will include reviewing meeting minutes and appropriate zoning materials before meetings and completing any tasks assigned in the agreed time.
Mhm.
Okay, bullet. I will actively engage in discussion and vote in meetings, listening carefully and contributing in a considerate and constructive way. Bullet. I will participate in collective decision-making, accept a majority decision of the commission, and will not act individually unless specifically authorized to do so.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, anything
No.
else? Okay, good, okay. Getting close. Relations with others. Bullet. I will show respect to all those I come into contact with through the Far East Area Commission. Bullet. I will recognize that the roles of commissioners, committee members, and volunteers of the Far East Area Commission are different, and I will seek to understand and respect the difference between those roles and individuals. Bullet. I will seek to support and encourage all those I come into contact with at the Far East Area Commission and Far East Area Commission meetings. In particular, I recognize my responsibility to support the chairperson and the other commissioners. Bullet. I will not represent the Far East Area Commission outside of Far East Area Commission business as outlined in the Far East Area Commission bylaws.
One addition,
Okay,
a signature should be required
for what?
for the document.
For what document?
This one.
I disagree.
Oh, I don't know what Attorney Dunbar will have me do with it. If he'll have us initial it and date it on each page, probably.
That way I'm attesting to the fact that I agree with this. Otherwise, you can't hold me accountable.
Oh, you mean for every person?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, one of the other commissioners has all their commission members sign this. Yeah, we can do that.
I think it's healthy to do it that way.
Okay,
But at the same time, we don't want somebody to say, I haven't signed it yet, therefore it doesn't apply to me.
Exactly. If they aren't a committee,
When you
member,
become a commissioner,
they don't sign it, they're
Susan,
not.
when you become a commissioner, you should be given that to sign.
Our committee member, correct?
Correct.
So you're saying for new individuals to sign it?
Everybody.
All individuals.
Mhm.
Okay. So what about if we send it out in an email and ask everyone to confirm that they've read and agree to it? Because with COVID, we're kind of restricted.
That would work.
Okay. So if we vote on it and Jennifer sends it out tonight, everyone, and we have all commissioners and I think all committee members present, to send it out and have it sent back to us by tomorrow.
Why don't we just take the vote and we all agree with this is good? That's to be our signature. And in our next meeting we get together, we can all have a signature copy one. I mean, I can do a digital signature, but I don't think everybody else can do digitals. Yes, no, no.
I cannot digital.
Right. So by we taking a vote to agree with this, we're all agreeing that we are agreeing with this, and this is the new standard procedures right now. And we can also have all the committee members as well. So aye or nay on it as well. That will make sure we had everything covered. We got the recording. We're covered across the board.
I think
With
commission
that.
should vote. I think commission should vote, and then, but committee members need to send an email back saying they agree.
Or that.
Maybe we have everybody sign it every year. on an annual basis, just so make sure that you've reread it.
Absolutely.
I think that's really unnecessary. Once you get a policy together, I don't recall any corporation who has all those members involved sign their policies every year.
Okay.
Once it's signed, once it's voted upon,
You're done.
then it's a done deal.
Mm.
And then I think since this is a commission policy, commissions, I think, are the only people who are responsible for voting to implement, and that's it. I don't
That's
think
right.
it has to do with any members of any chairs. So
Okay.
what we say, this is our policy, and that's it.
What about reelection or appointment?
Well, then that's when we bring it up again.
So then do we
Those-
just send an email out to committee members that says this is our policy effective immediately?
Mhm.
Yes.
My
Okay.
boss sent out his new handbook and said, please sign acknowledgements, which we did electronically.
Yeah, but not everybody has that capability.
We always authorize through votes, and why should we make any changes now? That will have to be in the bylaws if we're gonna make some changes.
I agree.
Okay, so then we vote on it. It gets sent out to all committee members and they're told these are the new policies effective immediately.
That is it.
Okay,
Please
that's fair.
acknowledge.
If they have any questions or inquiries, report to the Far East Area Chair.
And Jennifer already said that prior.
Okay.
That's fair.
Jen,
I just thought I better bring it up just in case.
Thank
No,
you.
that's fine. I'm glad we discussed, that.
Okay. I'm okay with whatever you guys want to do. That's
Okay,
fine.
I moved the document for approval.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
hold on, we
wait,
still
wait,
have
we
wait,
still got
wait,
some
wait,
more to
wait,
go.
wait.
What?
We got
Still got
one
some more
more.
to go.
One more little paragraph.
I'm glad you
Ironically
like it so
called-
much.
Ironically called leaving the commission. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You know, give
Not
someone
leaving
else
a
a
commission
chance.
meeting, but okay. All right.
Oh, 3 pages. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, leaving the commission, bullet. A violation of any part of these conduct guidelines by a commissioner, first time occurrence results in a warning. Second, okay, before I even read this,
Copy from the other document.
I'm gonna copy from what we just did, and we need to put the word full after 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, now let me read it with that in there. Okay, so I don't have to reread this twice. A violation of any part of these conduct guidelines by a commissioner, first time occurrence results in a warning. Second occurrence may result in removal. A motion is required for the removal of a commissioner from their commission seat. Grievances will be heard at the next Far East Area Commission meeting, and a 3/4 full commission vote is required for the removal from a commission seat. Okay, bullet. A violation of any part of these conduct guidelines by a committee member may result in the removal from the Far East Area Commission per the chairperson. Bullet, if removed from the Far East Area Commission for violating the Far East Area Commission conduct guidelines, that individual will not be eligible to run for a seat on the Far East Area Commission or serve on a committee with the Far East Area Commission for a period of 1 year. Bullet, if I wish to cease being a commissioner, committee member at any time, I will inform the chairperson via email stating my reasons for leaving with the effective date of resignation.
Looks good.
Any questions, comments?
No, and with that with that thing that I didn't see, because I didn't think there were 3 pages, that solves the problem with people agreeing. It's the commission. Once we vote yes, and that's our guidelines.
Do we need,
If you're a committee member, you have to abide by them.
what if we replaced with and? My reasons for leaving and the effective date of resignation.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I just need, when I send it in, to the city, I need to have it in email, and I need to have the resignation date before I send anything into Gail.
So is this then presented at our next regular meeting? And it will
No,
be,
this is,
No,
oh, you got
this
kicked
is-
off of,
Susan, we don't see you.
I know, I have to plug in my,
oh, you ran out of battery.
okay.
There you
So
go.
this is not bylaws, so this does not need a second reading.
Will printed
So
copy, will printed copies be available at that time? Or do we need to, or is that gonna be just through email?
They should be in the minute.
What will happen is that the changes that we made tonight, I will send them back to the attorney tomorrow. I don't think he'll have a problem with it because we hardly changed anything. But I'll send it back to him for one last okay, and then send them on to Lynn, and she'll forward them to who she needs to forward them to within the city. And then
We
we'll
vote
post,
on it tonight and then
right,
Yeah.
it's effective tonight.
right, and we'll post them on our Facebook and webpage as well.
Okay, so once we vote on it, I'm okay to upload it onto the website.
Sure,
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure before I put it on there.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
Do we need the city attorney's approval before uploading, or is this good enough with us voting to accept the 2 documents with the modifications?
You don't need the city attorney's approval, but if you want to cross all Ts and dot all Is, it doesn't hurt to go back and get have a look at any changes that you made.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then, it'll be effective, let's say, we'll make it effective tonight. After we receive it back from the attorney's office, then we will post it to the web and Facebook page.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I so move.
Okay, wait a minute. I need a motion to accept the
I'll make a
commission
motion.
conduct guidelines.
I make a motion.
May I ask a question first?
Yes.
That it will not be in the bylaws. Why not include it in the bylaws?
The city attorney said not everything needs to be in the bylaws. He equated it to, he said the Constitution of the United States. So not everything is in the Constitution, that there are other documents and amendments. He said that is pretty common with any organization.
Yeah, he's right.
So,
Okay,
who made
Dolly has motion second.
Marshall.
Marshall, thank you. Okay, we had a motion which was second to approve the conduct guidelines with the modifications. Roll call voting. Yes, it's approval, is approved. No, it's disapproved. Commissioner Chamberlain,
yes.
Commissioner Monahan,
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Dudley,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Marshall,
Yes.
yours truly, Commissioner Tyree, yes. And Commissioner Holmes,
Yes.
motion approved.
Okay. While I have everybody here tonight really quick.
Uh-oh.
No big uh-oh. I know that we try our best to look at the bylaws and make sure everything's in there. And so we don't have to make changes, but because I hate making changes all the time. But the attorney Tobias said that it happens, it's common enough, don't worry about it. I said, okay. But I got to thinking about so in the commission, we have 2 types of commissioners. One are at-large commissioners, and the other ones, I've always called them just commissioners or regular commissioners. now that we have districts, they probably should be referred to as at-large commissioners and district commissioners as
I
the
agree.
official
Yeah,
terms or
agree.
titles or,
Right.
and if that's the case, we probably should change that in the bylaws.
Do you need a motion?
I second it.
Not at this time, because we have to, because this would be changed in the bylaws. And I know that Attorney Tobias said like small minor things can be changed without having to go through the motions, but those were like grammatical errors and like, Commissioner Holmes, you called it something once before. I can't remember what you called it. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember either.
okay. They're called something, these like little, you know, if you misspelled something or whatnot, but, I have a feeling he'll say that probably should read it, at the next meeting and vote on it, since we talked about it at this one.
That's a
And-
substantial change. That's not grammatical. I agree.
Thank you. Then.
Okay.
I agree with
Okay.
Daryl.
Thank you. Well, then that I think is the only thing that just crossed my mind, just to make sure that we're all on the same page with that.
I'm pretty certain that Clintonville has their setup that in the manner which you're talking about, Jen.
Yeah, I read through this last weekend. I mean, I do this often enough anyway, but I think I read through 11 different other area commissions bylaws this weekend. Interesting enough, some were very, 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 very hard to find. And some were very hard. Some you had to request because you could not find them. So I would like to say that I'm very pleased with our website, how well it's constructed and the ease of use that we have our. Is that you, Larry?
That's my driveway alarm.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
That's my alarm clock waking me up.
Yeah. But I would like to say, I think our website does a really good job of organizing things and making it pretty clear and easy to find for all of our documents, whether it's past meeting minutes or anything else that we have on there.
Thank you so much, Summer. It's been
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Appreciate it. You're real quick on it. That's good.
Thank you. I
Very
appreciate it.
Hey,
professional.
I wanted to two things real quick. First of all, Summer, when I did a search through the search engine on Columbus, US, the Columbus website for the city, there's nothing that comes up for an area commission web page. It doesn't seem it exists. And I'm just saying maybe somehow or the other we can communicate that to the city that it needs to be more upfront than what it is.
It is, you're right, Daryl. It was really hard to find.
But if they include it in the search engine, then that would help. But the other thing is, I just wanted to say to Lynn, I don't know how she does it. That she sits through all these meetings, and sometimes they can be awful boring, and she's there though, and she's active, and I appreciate it a lot, Lynn.
Well, I don't know how, I just heard Jennifer over the weekend read through 11 commission bylaws.
I
don't
know.
know how that was done.
Were you bored?
No. I just, I mean, I would have to say, because I mean, the commission was started with Summer and myself, and we wrote all the bylaws at the very beginning. And
We had to
at
transfer
that-
everything by hand.
Yeah, at that time, it was very hard to find commission bylaws. Probably, I will owe this to the Department of Neighborhoods and bite my tongue. But yes, they have very well made it, I think, available for anyone in the city to look and find the bylaws of different commissions. but at that time, I think we were only able to find 5 or 6, and we literally copy pasted the other commission's
Oh,
bylaws, and that's,
We didn't even get to copy paste because they were all in PDFs. We had to retype everything out.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But basically we pulled, you know, and that's, I think, what
Like
through
this, we like this.
all the commissions before us, that's what they did. And until 3109, or, you know, the Department of Neighborhoods kind of put together a template, which then made it a lot easier. So, yeah, it's just, I just wanted to make sure I mean, almost all of them are the same. Almost all the commission bylaws are the same. Organized all the same. It's just, there's little differences that make them each our own, but I just wanted to make sure and that we followed in line with and see how everybody else was doing this. And I think, you know, I think you'll probably see another couple commissions right after we do this, with that we need to send a copy of our new conduct guidelines to, and the communication guidelines to, that they'll probably use ours right away as a template. I'm
Right.
pretty certain of that.
Hey, it's called, we're allowed to steal.
We're allowed to share. So,
Yes, you're correct. A lot of commissions are looking at code of conducts, and as Carol said, you're creating a norm. And I think
yes.
a lot of commissions either have done that or are doing that now.
Well, I thank you all for, I know we don't have work sessions too often. I thank you all for taking the time out to do this tonight and get this done. It's official now, and I'll submit it into the attorney tomorrow, and then we'll get it up onto the webpage. But I want to thank you for taking the time out, and thank anyone who attended the meeting for watching, and we will see everybody at our next area commission meeting in March.
Did we vote on this?
We did.
We
Yes.
did.
Okay. I don't remember.
Hey, So
Jean took the roll
officially,
call on
Jean,
each one separately.
It's on video.
Jean, do you need a motion to adjourn?
No, because,
No, it's just
not
an
on this.
informal meeting.
Okay,
This is
fine.
informal special meeting. To get us some minutes just to capture what all
Absolutely.
during the meeting.
Sure. Okay.
Okay,
Sounds good. Okay.
thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you for everyone's time. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank
Thank
you.
Thank you, everybody, for all the good work they did.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
y'all take
The only
care.
thing about that red light that's flashing, it's invisible.
No, it's not.
Not at
The
all.
only way I see it is in the camera.
What?
I don't see it when I look out at the room.
You need glasses.
It's an infrared, and the computer camera is picking it up.
Oh. Huh.
You better watch your eyes then.
You're gonna beat me up tonight, Keith. right.
Not tonight. Y'all have a good night.
Take
Night.
care, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good work, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you.